Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Ridwan from Sultan Idris Education University. In this video, we will examine two important mechanisms for resolving industrial disputes in Malaysia: conciliation at the Industrial Relations Department and the Industrial Court. Industrial disputes are disagreements between employers and employees or their trade unions relating to employment terms, dismissal, or conditions of work. Malaysia's industrial relations system places strong emphasis on peaceful dispute resolution, beginning with conciliation and, where necessary, progressing to adjudication by the Industrial Court. By the end of this video, you should understand how conciliation works, the role of the Industrial Court, the reinstatement and compensation process, and how judicial review to the apex courts takes place. Conciliation is the first formal step in resolving most industrial disputes in Malaysia. It is carried out by the Industrial Relations Department under the Industrial Relations Act 1967. When a dispute arises, either party, typically the employee or the trade union, may report the dispute to the Director General of Industrial Relations. Once reported, a conciliation officer is assigned to the case. The role of the conciliation officer is not to judge or impose a decision. Instead, the officer acts as a neutral facilitator, encouraging both parties to reach a mutually acceptable settlement. The process is informal, confidential, and focused on cooperation rather than confrontation. Conciliation reflects Malaysia's preference for voluntary settlement, helping parties preserve employment relationships and avoid lengthy legal proceedings. The conciliation process generally follows these steps. First, a dispute is formally reported to the Industrial Relations Department. Second, the department notifies the other party and schedules conciliation meetings. Third, the conciliation officer conducts discussions, either jointly or separately, to explore possible settlement options. If an agreement is reached, it is recorded in writing and becomes binding on both parties. However, if conciliation fails, the dispute may be referred by the Minister of Human Resources to the Industrial Court for adjudication. Not all disputes go automatically to court. Ministerial reference is a key feature of the Malaysian system. The Industrial Court is a specialized tribunal established to resolve industrial disputes, referred under the Industrial Relations Act 1967. Its primary role is to determine disputes relating to dismissal without just cause or excuse, trade disputes, and collective bargaining issues. The court operates independently and applies principles of equity, good conscience, and substantial merits, rather than strict technical rules of evidence. In dismissal cases, the Industrial Court focuses on whether the employer had just cause and excuse to terminate the employee. The burden is on the employer to justify the dismissal. The court's decisions, known as awards, are binding on the parties. Reinstatement is the primary remedy for unjust dismissal under Malaysian law. If the Industrial Court finds that a dismissal was without just cause or excuse, it may order the employee to be reinstated to their former position. However, reinstatement may not always be practical, particularly where the employment relationship has broken down. In such cases, the court may award monetary compensation instead. Compensation typically includes, first, back wages, usually capped at 24 months for confirmed employees and 12 months for probationers. Second, compensation in lieu of reinstatement, often calculated as 1 month's salary for each year of service. These awards aim to balance fairness to the employee while recognizing business realities. Although industrial court awards are final on merits, they are not immune from judicial review. Either party may apply to the High Court for judicial review on limited grounds, such as jurisdictional error, procedural impropriety, or illegality. The courts do not rehear the case but examine whether the Industrial Court acted within its legal powers. From the High Court, appeals may proceed to the Court of Appeal and ultimately, a federal court, Malaysia's apex court, subject to leave being granted. This judicial oversight ensures accountability while preserving the specialized role of the Industrial Court. To summarize, Malaysia's industrial dispute resolution system emphasizes conciliation first, followed by adjudication where necessary. Conciliation at the Industrial Relations Department provides an opportunity for amicable settlement. When disputes cannot be resolved, the Industrial Court plays a critical role in delivering fair outcomes, particularly in dismissal cases. Remedies may include reinstatement or compensation, and judicial review ensures legal compliance. Understanding this framework is essential for appreciating how industrial harmony is maintained within Malaysia's employment relations system. Thank you for watching.